I just do it. Paying other artists for their skills. Singing, breathless, energetic, and warming every heart of the listeners. So, mainly in the establishments like restaurants, hotels, bars, for people particular, also entrepreneurs. It's more like background music, dinner music, but after dinner it's party music. And after the party sometimes it's after party music. I mean, and that is what I do nowadays. This year I do soul jazz, R&B, rhythm and blues funk music, and copyrighted songs written by myself. So, how do I do it? Besides everything I did and the people I did pay, I am not only like a management service, it's a total service, financial, taxes, the agenda, but as a director and a producer, I learned them to be in balance in life and live pure. That's the only way to sing pure. And with, of course, original old vocal techniques, classical, and they're very old from Australia, the Aboriginals, Owaia, or that. So the sound must be round, full, warm. I don't like people to scream. If you do rock, it's pop. You don't have to scream. You can scream, but that is not the way you have to sing your whole life. That every note you scream. I don't have screamers. I have crooner singers. They croon. Okay. How do I do it? Let's say I do it this year in the internet show business world. How's that? Now I use Facebook. It's a social network, media. But for the musicians, it will not work, Facebook. Mainly, people like to have contact and do Facebook Messenger. And Facebook Live is also very popular nowadays. Video calling in the group, like I now do at my Facebook timeline. And I will share it on the other Facebook accounts. And maybe my two artists will do it too. Then we are talking about 10,000 Facebook friends of more than 7 billion people in the world. It's not big. I have 200,000 paying contacts, business people, highly placed, influenced people in the world, who plays 200,000 people who have a grand piano at their home. and play jazz, for instance. And they play dinner music, they play evergreens. Those are my customers. Some are very good musicians themselves, but they cannot do a good thing in public. They are too nervous. And that's the way they look at me, because they think, first of all, he is better. If he plays, he touches me. If he sings, he will do the same. They also think I'm well dressed normally. And now I'm ill, so you will look at the same as you are a male when you don't shave. But I try to pick out people in the world who can join me business. And then it's another story. Because if 200,000 business contacts, and it doesn't matter if they have a social media network, yes, of course they have. But I'm the opposite of normal people. Normal people have Facebook, and the friends are real family. They know them and are relatives of their family. They work with people, or they been at school with those people, or they met those people several times at vacation or at the sports gym. But I'm the opposite. The people I really know, for instance, one person, my mom, I will say two. My father doesn't live anymore, so he doesn't have a Facebook account. Logic. It was a joke. And my mom, she's 89 years old. We tried it with her. My sister tried it. My sister has Facebook. My sister has YouTube. But we don't have a connection at Facebook. So, yes, I know a lot of people who did business with me. And some hired me to do art. I'm not a cover singer. I did those things. But when I play dinner music, I play my own copyrighted, protected songs composed. They just like the sound. They just want to have the good atmosphere. And sometimes, in the past, I did do most famous, world famous songs of Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, the biggest stars, jazz, Al Jarreau. But that is like Barry White. It's not at the dinner party you ain't gonna do, yeah, woo, hey, hey. You cannot do that. So that is the most difficult business there is in the world. People are having dinner, and you have to concentrate, and you cannot make one fault. And you have to slow down. You have to pronounce your feelings. Everything must be right. But the volume, that is the most difficult. And that the people are having dinner. They make sound. It's no concert. So I know concert pianists, they cannot work with me because they have to have public in a concert situation being quiet. They cannot do that because they cannot concentrate. So the work, what I'm talking about, how do I do it? It's the most difficult work you can do. And then it's not only the dinner music, but also the party music. And that's the heavy competition ballroom. Like the tango, the paso doble. That's also the specialty. And then we are doing covers. But the real, so Tico Tico, that is a very famous song. And if you do in Bossa Nova, we take Dimmi quando tu verrai, and not quando, when. And we do it in the rumba. rumba bossa nova. So we do Latin ballroom with a Latin jazz touch. That's how they dance at the competitions. Yes. I'm not ready. How do I do it? And then the party music. And then we're talking about real jazz. But jazz like Motown jazz. And that's soul jazz. Numbers of Barry White, Lou Rawls, The Real Thing, Tavares. They have to, the roof must go off. And it must be real good American sound. No Schlager sound. No hoom papa, yeah. Everybody happy, hoom papa. You cannot do that. So the people are not the same people as my father, my mother, and my sister. I grow out of that environment. And to do that, I had to do everything. Work in a snack bar, make music, and that people will come and the casa will explode. If you hire me, your casa will explode. It's also in the restaurant. If you cannot do that, you cannot aim at the level that royalties will say, Eugene, you must be our regular house artist. I'm a house artist. So, yes, I'm in show business, but show business and show business are two different things. I'm a fan of Frank Sinatra. He did everything and I did everything. But he played in big places. I play in big places. His audience was more than 100,000 sometimes. I didn't have that in my life. 19,000 is until nowadays. I was on world television with the Olympics playing. I did workshops. I did a lot of things. So how do I do it now? With all the experience in my life as an entrepreneur, as a salesman, a top salesman, who is owner and founder of a brand, Eugene Simon Impresario. That's a worldwide brand. And I'm the owner. I'm the founder. I was director for 2 years. Then it was too big. So there's now a commission. And here, and this is in Washington. And here, in those are my 200,000 paying contacts. And here in Holland, I'm just starting for registered members of the Rotary Business Club. So what I do in the Netherlands is new. I started in 2019, I think. Before that, no one in the Netherlands, also not in Germany and Belgium, and also not in France and in Spain, and Portugal and Greece and England. There was not one single member in the organization of the worldwide InterContinental top sales organization, Rotary Club. It's an official Rotary Club. I kept it a secret, also for my two artists and all the other artists, like my sister. They don't know that because it is a members only Rotary Club. So I'm not only member, I'm the owner and the founder. and I don't work there anymore. It's just, I'm just the owner. And it's very, very big. It's billions, billions. There are the most successful artists in the United States of America. So, for me, it's not so important if I talk now and I have a golden ring on my hand. I don't have. Because I'm not a show. I know show gentleman. I'm not a gentleman, officially not. But I'm not a show man. I'm a work man. I'm a founder. I'm an investor. I'm a businessman. I'm not a show man. Yes, I can dance very good. My sister is champ. I work in the Netherlands with Penny de Jager. I can dance as hell. And I didn't learn to dance from Penny. I learned dance from people who came from America. And I had my education in Holland, but I had my education from people who are world famous. But I do it my way. That's what everybody says. You do it your way. There's no one who does it your way. No one. Look, the royalties and the great managers in the business world, if they say, Eugene, you must be the manager of this party, doesn't matter. It's mostly it's one person. Sometimes they have a business, sometimes they don't have. And it doesn't matter if the person is married or it's just me and the person who do the business. And the person has a thought about how he wants his people who will be invited, family, business, whatever. He or she has something in mind. And they didn't do it the first time, they do it the whole life. They were growing up like that. Me not. And so it's a world, it's a small world, but it's very big. It's a small, there are not many people, not everybody does it the way they do. Yes, a few millions in the world do that, and there are billion people, billions. So I was very young, and I started to play for the king and the queen and the prince here in Holland, and also for Monaco. And when I played for people who have a piano at home, and when I do business, I want to see their home. If not, I won't do business. I invite myself at their home. And then, the second time, we go eat in a restaurant I know. The best restaurants. Mostly they know those places too. And after that, we go talk in the nature. So that is a three-step how I do business. And those people says, if you want to do it that way, we do it that way. I don't know one person, I never, but me, business contacts, they know how I work. You do it my way, I don't do it your way. I know I am a product, and I know I do it so many years. In the Netherlands, there is no one who gets that much kind of work. Mostly, there are very rich people Not all those people give money away to charity and so. Not all of them. But the people who do, those are my best business contacts. They see an artist like me as, you don't have no money. You don't have no money. You just an artist, but you don't have no money. You don't work. You make art. If you will work, you get money. But if you're an artist, it's a very, you're just spending time creating something. So normally an artist cannot sell his products. He's not a seller. But they say to me, you are not only a good seller, you're a businessman. Everything we want you to do, you only do it in your way. I say, that's incorrect. I do it in your way. But they say, Eugene does it his way. And I say, I do it your way. And if we sign a contract, then there will all be standing there and you will sign, that is your way. Bye. But I serve people. I cannot serve people if I say you have to do it my way. It's not possible. Like a tailor. The tailor doesn't say, here, you have a dress, and give it to a male. It does not work like that. So they have to sign that they did it their way. And that's the business, how I work. And nowadays, I work this year. I stopped with my, I'm not registered anymore with the Chamber of Commerce. But, and I don't have to, but I have now one lady. I gave her a certification. I took her 5 years, work hard, do everything I didn't need to do anymore. But I wanted to learn her the things that she can not depend on me, only on my business name, but now it's 8 years and I have another artist, it's my sister, she's 1 year older. I have to do it myself, and I'm very the art I make is not so difficult for me. I can write a song in 50 minutes. But if I have to do it with other musicians and with other vocals, that's not a 50-minute job. For instance, my sister, oh man, pooh. She's a, yeah. Look, if I know so many artists here in this city here, yes? And they just do what they do. They just sing. They come, they sing, they go. They get paid, bye. And many times, people call them to do it again and again and again and again. So those are professionals. Not everybody in the city, but the professionals I personally know here in the city. They don't call me anymore because I just work on their mindset and the state of mind of their own motivation. I'm not a guru who says, you need me. I'm not a drugs dealer. Sell you drugs one time and your whole life you will be my customer. But the other contacts are not singers. They are just business people. So we talk many times. But the 200,000 contacts, those are myself contacts. But my business is bigger than that. I think we have 200 million members. I think. I don't know. I don't care. Who cares? I don't. But now I started. How do I do it? Now in the Netherlands, I met a female, sorry, and I'm searching for a lady. I cannot make a lady if she's like a lady, like a wife who's selling fish, screaming and yelling, and said, "Get the fuck out of my face." I cannot make that another person. So, people must speak in Dutch, in the Netherlands, good Dutch. They have be good educated. It can be the lowest pro level with diploma. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. What matters is how do they talk. And they have a lower, a middle, or a higher pro education certification. And they must have a good reputation with their employer, where they work. Yeah? So, what I wanted to say, and I really wanted to say, is do not stop, never stop. En nou in Dutch. Oké. Het is heel simpel voor mensen die mij nog nooit hebben gezien. Ja, om me voor te stellen.